Recording in progress. Yay. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our Yin tonight. We have just started. I've been talking with these two beautiful souls here already about fear and moving through fear. And tonight's Yin practice is going to be focused on relaxing and letting go, even though that's what Yin is always about. That's what we're going to focus on tonight. So, if there's sharp or shooting pain, back out of the posture. Use a prop. I'm going to be reading to you some different ways you can get into the posture and some different props you can use. So yes, if there's sharp or shooting pain, back out of the posture and try going into it maybe another way, or bringing in a prop. If you have some bolsters or just some bed pillows will work. Or if you have some yoga blocks, or sometimes I've seen people just use really thick books also as props. So any of that will work. Let's see here. Do you guys have any questions so far?
No.
Yeah, no, that's great.
Right. So in regards to the 2023, I almost said 2021, 2023 commitments, we're going to be doing the new moon ceremony on the 21st, probably again here on Zoom, to activate our 2023 commitments, which are different than intentions or what do other people set? New Year's resolutions. This is different. This is something we're committing to every day for 1 year and 1 day. Something that you can do every single day, even if it's just for 5 minutes. If you want to know more about that, go to the Shakti Revolution YouTube channel, and the recording of that class is on there. So going back to fear, sometimes it's been said that fear is false evidence appearing real. But sometimes fear feels really, really real. So you don't want to discount your fear or resistance or shame or fear of failure when committing to these commitments or thinking about these commitments or writing these commitments out or even activating them with the new moon. Essentially, you have to break down what your fear is about and where it's coming from, which is maybe a little bit deeper of a session. So for right now, I want you to sit up in an easy pose. Easy pose is sitting however it feels comfortable for you, whether it's legs out, whether it's on knees, or whether it's just comfortable on a bolster or cross-legged. So I want you to just sit in an easy posture. Something very comfortable. I want you to close the eyes. Let's take some cleansing breaths. A cleansing breath is a deep inhale through the nose, filling up the body as full and complete as you can. And then open mouth wide and let it go. Again, deep inhale, filling up the body full as you can. Opening the mouth, letting it go, cleansing it out. Another deep inhale. Exhale, let it go. I want you to notice right now how the physical body feels. Deep inhale, exhale, let that go. Notice how the mental body feels. Go up into the mind, the mental body, the thinking brain. Notice how that feels right now. Deep inhale, exhale. Let that go. And coming down into the heart space. Noticing how the heart space feels right now. come into a gentle seated twist. So again, sit with your sit bones on the ground, your butt bones. And normally I'm sitting like this just because that's been habit for 10 years, but I actually want you to if you normally sit like that, I want you to relax it a little bit so that the legs are a little bit further away from the body. And you're going to prop your right hand behind you, really close to your tailbone area, so you can hold the spine up nice and straight. Bring the left hand across the body, across the knee, not right on top of the knee, but moving up the thigh just slightly above the knee. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, twist the belly, and then the ribs, and then the shoulders, and then the head. And again, this is nice and gentle. There's no need to be putting too much effort into it. So if you notice the body or the breath building heat, then focus on seeing what you can relax more and more. Relax your eyelids, cheeks. And allow the left shoulder to drop. But even take your eyeballs all the way around. Twist your eyeballs all the way around to the corners of the sockets. I want you to focus on taking nice long inhalations and nice long, slow exhalations. Take a deep inhale. Open mouth, let it go. Bring the eyes around the head, neck, shoulders, and come over to the other side, and you do a little bow. Bow down. So this is a nice little counter stretch for the spine. And then we're going to do the opposite side. So bringing the left hand up against the spine. Right hand across the body on the opposite knee. Take a deep inhale, exhale, twist the stomach. And then the rib cage, the shoulders, the neck, the head, and then the eyes come all the way around. See if you can find the balance, the perfect balance of twisting, of gently twisting, and also relaxing all the muscles in the face. All the muscles in the shoulders, relaxing the right shoulder, let the right shoulder drop. Taking full, slow inhalations, long, slow exhalations. And then slowly bring around the eyes, face, head, neck, shoulders, body, and then counter stretch on the opposite side. Coming up into tabletop position. We're going to be moving into child's pose. So if you want to come into tabletop and stretch your leg out behind you. So I like tucking my toes and kind of rocking back and forth to stretch the leg out. Sometimes I'll even come down really low to stretch, work on stretching the psoas muscle out. Rocking back and forth. And just allowing some fluid to come back into the knees and hips before we go into child's pose. So doing one leg and then doing the opposite leg when you feel ready. And still connecting your breath to your movement. Nice long inhalations. Nice long, slow exhalations. And making our way into child's pose. If your knees hurt, sometimes rolling up a towel or a blanket and placing it behind the knees can help. Sometimes having a towel or a doubled up yoga mat under the knees can help. In child's pose, if you want to work more on the hips, you can have the knees spread out. If you want to work more on your stomach and digestion area, you can have the knees together. You bring your head all the way down. If your head doesn't make it to the ground, then please use a prop because Yin Yoga is about relaxing and letting go. And your arms, if you want to work on stretching out your shoulders, can be up in front of you. If you maybe need more nurturing and to relax the shoulders, you can have your arms behind you, palms facing up on the floor. You're going to be here for about 10 minutes. So it's important that we come into stillness in Yin Yoga and that we are not fidgety, which is funny coming from me because I'm sometimes the fidget master. So coming into stillness, in stillness we discover peace. And also in peace, we discover even deeper stillness. So it's a win-win. Again, if there's sharp or shooting pain, please come out of the posture. So I want you to notice how, whichever version of child's pose that you're in, I want you to notice first, try breathing into the lowest part of the belly. And then I want you to try taking an inhale into the lowest part of the belly, and then see if you can expand your lungs out to the sides. And you're only breathing into the lower part of the belly and then the lungs, and then you're exhaling the lungs, exhaling the lower belly. And next, breathe into the lowest part of the belly. Breathe into the lung, the mid lungs, expand them out to the sides, and also breathe all the way up into your chest, and your shoulders might rise slightly. And then as you slowly exhale, exhale backwards. So exhale down through the chest, the shoulders relax, the lungs collapse and come in, and the belly comes up and in, and you squeeze all of the air out. So you're still moving the diaphragm, and you're still working on massaging your internal organs with your breath, even though the rest of the body is in stillness and relaxed. So you are practicing yoga, you're practicing the asanas, the postures, you're practicing breath work, pranayama, and by continuing to observe the body, breath, and mind, you're also practicing a type of meditation. So you're doing 3 steps of the 8 limbs of yoga right now in child's pose. If you've been working with me for a little bit or a long time or never at all, Yin Yoga, all exercise works with our meridians, the energetic subway system, if you will, in our bodies that our energy travels through, our life force energy. Our chakras are wheels in our bodies that spin our energy, much like our heart pumps our blood. And when energy becomes stuck like a traffic jam, too much in one place, then dis-ease can happen in the body, which can continue into disease and intense physical problems, because matter, heavy, dense matter, it's the last manifestation that happens. First things are a feeling and or a thought, or sometimes both, and then it manifests into physical form. So we practice yoga, and it's important to do body movement to keep that energy flowing through our body freely and not to get stuck. The chakras, unlike the heart, or maybe also like the heart, they can either be very depleted or balanced or excessive. Energy never stops moving, so I refrain from using the word blocked. I don't believe our chakras are ever blocked. I believe that they are either very depleted, going very slowly, or balanced, or way too excessive. Okay. No one is ever walking around with all of their chakras in balance, completely perfect all the time, unless maybe you're Buddha or a monk. I'm not sure. But most humans, it's important to check in every day. And again, yoga practice and moments of stillness and meditation are a great way to check in, or doing a 3 bodies check-in if you're familiar with that. Again, if you're not, contact me, I'll explain it to you. Child's pose also, you can use this posture instead of a nap. So if you sit in this posture for 3 or more minutes, because it is an inversion, your head is below your heart, so more blood is going to your head than into your heart space. It can help rest you and wake you up. So if you're feeling a real lull in your afternoon and you don't have time to nap, or you don't want to nap, maybe try child's pose for 5 to 10 minutes and see how this helps. Taking nice, long, deep inhalations. Nice, long exhalations. Child's pose is also a surrendering posture. So any of those emotions that we talked about that might be coming up, any of the mind resistance or emotional resistance, shame, failure, these commitments are going to be too hard. I'm not going to be able to do it for the whole year. I don't have time. Essentially, under all of that is maybe I'm not worthy. I'm not good enough. So I want you to, awareness and acknowledgement is the first step to changing anything in our lives. So if you're aware that you have resistance or fear, child's pose is a great posture to surrender to that knowing and surrender to that observation. And saying this too is okay. My observation of this fear is okay. My observation of this shame or failure emotions, that's okay for me to observe that. Those emotions are human emotions, and I'm having a human experience. So it is okay. It is okay and normal. Taking a nice deep inhale. Open mouth exhale. If you've had your knees together, I want you to now take them apart, keeping the big toes touching behind you. If you've had your knees apart, I want you now to bring them together. If you've had your arms out in front of you, above you on the floor, bring them beside you. If you've had them beside you, I want you to bring them out in front of you. And you're altering the posture just slightly, but I want you to notice what areas of the body you just felt that in. Sometimes we don't need to change things very much. It's maybe not, I don't need to work out for an hour, 7 days a week. Maybe it's just the slightest change, the slightest movement that you notice. Maybe there's more space, more freedom, more energy, more nurturing. Also scanning the body, and where can you relax the body just 5%, just 5 or 10% more? Is it in the stomach as you're breathing? Is it in the cheeks or the forehead? Maybe somewhere along the spine. This is always an amazing counter pose for any kind of back bends. It's a gentle compression of the stomach and chest, and it benefits the organs of digestion. Psychologically, this posture is soothing when you're feeling cold, anxious, or vulnerable. So maybe, let's see, cold and anxious, those are Vata indications. So maybe in the fall time, child's pose is especially useful. If your knees are close together or fairly close together, rocking gently side to side can help stimulate the flow of blood and lymph fluids in the upper chest and breast tissues. And I apologize, I maybe should have said this at first. You want to stay away from this posture if you have diarrhea, or if you are second trimester on in pregnancy. The spleen and stomach meridians are compressed, while the kidneys and urinary bladder meridians are stretched. Take a deep inhale, fill up the body as full and complete as you can. Open mouth, sigh it out. Do that 2 more times. Inhale as full as you can. Open mouth, sigh it out. Deep inhale, open mouth, exhale, sigh it out, let it go. Slowly, slowly, slowly make your way up. Come into a seated posture, both of your legs out in front of you. You maybe lean back on your hands for a moment. Close the eyes and really notice and feel the blood rushing back into the hips and the knees. Next we're gonna come into shoelace. Okay, shoelace is going to be knee on top of knee. So there's a couple ways you can come into it. You can be in tabletop and cross one knee behind the other and then come to sit back. Or if you're just sitting down on your booty, you can bring one leg under and one leg over. You want to not be sitting on your feet. So you want your feet to eventually move as far out and up away from the body as you can. But if they're back here for now, that's fine. You also want both your sits bones, both your butt bones to be on the floor. If you have sciatica, you might want to roll up a towel or mat underneath you and sit on it so that your hips can be rotated forward instead of leaned back like this. You don't want the lower back to be like this. You want it to be sitting up. So you might, or if it's super tight, even using something like a book or a block to sit on so the hips can be rotated forward. I like putting my hands on my hands on my feet, and I lift my booty up and I shimmy so that my knees, it's hard to see in the black pants, but my knees are almost directly on top of each other. And you can feel it. And you can really, this might be enough. This might be enough for you, your first edge. We're going to be here for about 5 minutes on each side. So if you have a pillow or bolster and you want to lean on that, by all means. And when I say to slowly come down, you'll slowly make your way down until eventually one day you're out here. And then a more advanced is bringing in a twist to work with different meridian lines. So until then, and sometimes I even like putting a block right here and just resting my forehead on it. If your hands are down, be aware that you're not putting too much pressure up into the shoulders and neck area by pressing down on the ground. So if you need to put something right here to lean on instead of your hands on the ground, that would be more beneficial. Again, like really focusing on relaxing the entire body and letting your body to come into, using the pose to come into your body. And then returning back to your breath, nice long inhalations and exhalations. Oh, here's a nice note. If the bottom knee complains, if it's too hard on the knees, then you would want to take one leg out straight and just cross it and come in. Kind of like a figure four, upside down figure four. So this is going to benefit the liver, kidney, and gallbladder meridians. And the more you fold forward, the urinary bladder meridian will be stimulated and the stomach compressed. So there's two things that happen in Yin Yoga. We are working on stretching out the connective tissue, but if you're noticing, we also extremely compress some other joints. So your hips are really compressed here. And again, your knees are really compressed here. Slightly, your knees are slightly compressed. What happens when we do this, the joint is so compressed, it cuts off liquid flowing into the joint. And then when we release it, so much liquid flows back into the joint that it actually helps to strengthen the tendons and ligaments in there, which then pull on the bones, which then strengthen the skeletal system. So Yin Yoga is extremely strengthening for your skeletal system and your tendons and ligaments. We hold a lot. We have a lot of connective tissue in our hips. And we're doing, if you've noticed, we're doing quite a few stomach compressions. We've done one twist. We'll be doing another twist. Hips and stomach is what I wanted to focus on because this is where we store the most of our fear. Is in the connective tissue, our fascia in our hips, and in our solar plexus, our stomach and our digestive system. Anger is stored in the liver. So I feel like anger is just a masked fear. Inhale and exhale. See if you can remove your prop and come down a little deeper just for 1 minute, just for 60 seconds. Take a deep inhale. Open mouth, let it go. slowly, slowly, slowly come out of the posture. And again, bring your legs out in front of you, shake them out a little bit. Feel the blood rushing back in. Maybe even taking a nice forward fold, stretch, mini stretch. And we'll make our way into the opposite side. So whichever leg was just on the bottom, we're going to switch it. And do whatever you got to do with props to get yourself situated. And coming down to that first edge when you're ready. Relaxing the jaw, the eyelids. And again, come back to observing your breath. What does it feel like to try to breathe into the lower belly in this posture? What does it feel like to try to breathe into the sides of the lungs? Expand them sideways. What does it feel like to try to breathe into the chest? What does it feel like to do all three? Nice long inhalations and exhalations. Remembering that you can handle anything for 3 more minutes. Relax the muscles in the face, shoulders, arms. Every time you exhale, I want you to imagine that you are letting go and relaxing any fear, shame, doubt, disbelief that you might have about actually completing your yearly commitment for 1 year and 1 day. Commitment or commitments. And in fact, as you're letting go, maybe come down into the posture a little deeper. Deep inhale. Open mouth, sigh it out. Two more like that as you begin slowly coming out of the posture, filling up the body. Letting it go. Our next three postures, our final three postures, are going to take place on the floor. So come all the way onto your back. We are going to come into a reclined twist. So again, grab a prop. We are going to, well, you are going to come all the way down onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest first. Let the legs go long. Again, feel the blood flowing back into the hip areas and the knee areas. When we do this twist, it's going to be one side at a time. So you're going to keep the left leg long. You're going to hug the right knee around the rib cage, not right on top of the chest, but around the rib cage. Hug it towards the armpit area. So you're giving all of those organs on the right side a nice squeeze. And as you inhale, take a nice deep inhale, squeeze really hard. And as you exhale, bring the knee across the body and actually set it on a prop. So again, this is not yang, so you're not going to be holding your knee down the whole time trying to get into the deepest twist. I want the body to relax into it. Gravity will take care of it. Open the arms, take your gaze to the opposite side. Now here, I do want you to focus on breathing into just the lowest part of the abdomen that you can. The lowest part of the abdomen that you can, so that you're really engaging your diaphragm to really massage all of the internal organs, because we hold all these different emotions. We store all these different emotions, not only in our connective tissue, but in our organs. I mean, all over in our body. And we want our organs to function properly. So this is like taking them through the car wash, I feel like, kind of. So again, get comfortable. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. Connecting back to your breath, breathing into the deep belly. Relaxing all the muscles in the face. As you're connecting to your breath, use the breath intentionally now to continue to relax and let go, but also any of those emotions or thoughts that have come up about intentions or commitments or anything in life. I want you to focus on inhaling. As you inhale, you're vacuuming those emotions out of the body, out of the mind. You're vacuuming the emotions and the thoughts out of the bodies, out of the mind. So as you inhale, you're inhaling that fear, doubt, failure, shame, whatever it is. And as you're exhaling, send it out. Breathing in, vacuuming it out. Exhaling, let it go, relax even more, release even more. Take a deep inhale. And exhale, sigh it out. Slowly begin to come out of the posture, eventually hugging both knees into the chest to balance the spine. And we're going to come into the opposite side. So letting the right leg go long. Hugging the left knee. Hugging the left knee around the rib cage. Up towards the armpit. Taking a deep inhale, squeezing the knee. Give it a good squeeze. Exhaling, guide the knee across the body. And use your prop again to place your knee or leg. And allow gravity to take over to open the body up and bring you into a deeper twist. And on this side, instead of inhaling what we're trying to release and let go of, I want you to inhale strength. And as you exhale, it turns into grace and goes throughout the body. So you're inhaling strength into the body and you're exhaling grace throughout the body. I am, if you want, in your mind, if you would like a mantra, as you inhale, I am strength, or I breathe in strength. And as you exhale, I am grace, or I embody grace. I am strength, I am grace. That would be the easiest for me, I think. I am strength, I am grace. I am strength, I am grace. Belly. I am strength. I am grace. Breathing in. Breathing out. Release the mantra. Take a deep inhale. Open mouth, let it go. Another deep inhale. Sigh it out. Slowly begin to hug both knees back into the chest. Neutralize the spine. We're going to come into final Shavasana. So grab your blankets if you're chilly, if you want to grab a pillow or bolster and put it under your knees to help release the lower back. If you want to receive, if you need to receive more from the universe right now, maybe palms facing up. If you would like to give more, maybe palms on your stomach or your heart space, maybe on your legs. Palms. So palm down is giving, palm up is receiving. Or you can do one of each. I want you to bring your awareness into how different the physical body feels from when you started. Deep inhale, exhale, and let that go. Noticing how different the mind feels from when we started. It might be more relaxed. It might also be maybe more worked up. Who knows? Everyone's different. Every journey is different. Every yoga class is different. And then notice the heart space, the emotional body. There's nowhere else you need to be right now. There's nothing you need to be doing or thinking about. This is your opportunity to observe your energetic body, your spiritual body. Noticing how the life force energy, the prana, the chi, the ki, reiki, how that is running through your body. Maybe a little more easily, more efficiently. Maybe you can feel it a little more than at the beginning of class, or maybe ever in your life. So Shavasana, corpse pose as they call it, is an opportunity to dive even deeper into the seat of your awareness. It's not about thinking what you have to do later, what you're going to eat later, what you're going to watch later, where you're going to go later. It's about what is going on right now. What can I observe right now? Slowly take a nice, long, deep inhale. Open mouth, sigh it out. Keep taking deep breaths as you bring small movements back into your body, wiggling your fingers, your toes. Moving around your wrists and your ankles. Maybe stretching your arms up over your head, taking a full body stretch from your fingertips all the way to your toes. Hug your knees into your chest and roll over to whichever side feels the best, and enjoy that fetal position for a couple moments. Place your top hand on to the ground, and we're going to send some gratitude towards Mother Earth for her strength, her beauty, and her constant exchange of energy. When you feel ready, you can push your way up into a seated position, or you can stay relaxed on the floor. Next event is on the 21st, the new moon ceremony. We'll be charging our 2023 commitments. Again, if you don't know what a commitment is, or you want some clarity on what we are doing, then please contact me. If you know anyone that is looking for some spiritual help or holistic lifestyle help, please give them our info. And if you have any questions, please reach out to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you for showing up for you and your bodies in your 2023. Yeah, and that's it. The light, all of the dark, everything in me honors and acknowledges and loves everything in all of you. Thank you so much. Namaste. Good night. Bye.
Namaste.
Night.
Good night. Thank you, Sarah.